Good afternoon, and welcome to this week's episode of Techy Tuesday. This episode is specifically for elementary specialists, with the exception of PE, if you teach on a 9-week rotational schedule. Now, if you see the students every 9 weeks, this does not apply to you, and this does not apply to PE, regardless if you see them or not, because that's a whole different scenario. This is for music, art, STEM, technology, if you're on a 9-week rotational schedule. So some things we need to look at is we used to enter the grades as an X. I'm going to hit X here. And we did this, and we always did this and did it as a direct grade entry. And we entered X to mean that we didn't teach the student. But if you notice, when you put in X, it calculates the percentage as 0. With it calculating as a 0%, it is then giving the student a grade of a failure. And so this student is showing up on the failure report because they have a 0. So we need to make sure that we do not enter X as the grade this year. So we're going to delete out that X and recalculate. Now, one other thing, you notice that this is marked as exempt. So if I did this and undid that, undid exempt, it just leaves it blank. We're not supposed to have blanks in the grade book. So if we did not see that student for the 9 weeks, we're going to come over and hit exempt. I'm going to go to the next student in the class and also mark exempt. And then I'm going to hit save. Make sure you do that. You mark your grades as exempt. Do not give them an X as a grade. If you give them an X, it puts them on the failure list. So we need to make sure mark the students as exempt for those courses. Now that only applies, again, to the elementary specialists on 9-week rotations that teach music, art, dance, technology, or STEM. I hope this information helps you correct the items in your grade book and help your students out along the way. Have a great Techy Tuesday.